Hi and welcome to Hedge Fund Manager. I'm Karl-Mikael Syding. Today I'm doing a deep dive into Novo Nordisk. I found it through a simple screen where I simply checked the pharmaceutical companies. I sorted on healthcare sector and drug manufacturers general. These are the companies that I got: Eli Lilly, Johnson & Johnson, AbbVie, and then as number 4, Novo Nordisk. All of these are probably interesting. They are large pharmaceutical companies. I mean, the screen is as simple as they come. Simply choose an industry and see what comes up. Decide whether you are interested in small companies, large companies, mid-sized companies. You could, of course, then double check what are smart money doing in these companies. You could sort on other variables as well, like valuations, etc. But for now, I'm pretty content with just seeing Novo Nordisk in the top 5 here. Just for good measure, let's anyway check the 13F reports. That is the reports that you get from the largest hedge funds and the richest private individuals, insiders, etc. So I typically use HedgeFollow, which I think is a very easy to use system for this. And I want to see whatever the big accounts are doing in Novo Nordisk. The first thing I get here is the largest stockholders. We see Bridger Management, Civic, Merkel, Hussman, whatever. I don't really see any interesting patterns here. Here are the largest holders. Nothing that really stands out either. Maybe we could check out Folketrygdfondet to see whatever else they have in probably the Nordic region. But usually the most interesting tab here is the largest trades, to see who has been buying and who has been selling lately. We can see 2 Sigma advisors: Citadel, Millennium Management, D. Shaw. Citadel has been buying a lot. 2 Sigma advisors, but do they have a lot of shares? As you can see here, it's as a percent of their portfolios. Novo Nordisk is still a very small part, so these are not actually significant trades for them, I would say. Although possibly 2 Sigma going to almost 1%. You can see here how their ownership has evolved over the quarters. Also remember that this data is typically kind of always a little bit old. It's a month or 2 or even a quarter old. Let's see among the sellers who have been pushing this stock down. And once again, please make a note that as a percentage of their portfolios, they are at very, very low levels. So these are not significant holdings for them. Maybe actually Renaissance Technologies at 0.72% is quite a big share, because they are making thousands, if not tens of thousands of trades, and whatever snapshot you get at a moment in time, if this would actually be a pretty large position. And you can see here how they have been falling pretty steadily actually. So this seems to be a holding that is actually relevant for Renaissance. Again, okay, let's check 2 Sigma advisors. What else are they holding in their portfolio? So this is their holding map. They seem to be just holding all the largest companies. Maybe Roblox is standing out a bit, and Snow here. Otherwise, not really anything super interesting here. We can see that as a percentage of the portfolio, they are between 1% and 3%. And as you can maybe recall from the last picture, they hold 0.72%, was it, of Novo Nordisk. Largest trades Two Sigma Advisor 0.76% of the portfolio. So it actually is a pretty big holding now, and they come from practically nothing increasing to this. So if you think that Two Sigma Advisors is an investor to keep track of, then this actually looks pretty significant in terms of what they are doing. And similarly, we can check Renaissance Technologies on the other side of the story. This is what they are holding. They have 2% of the portfolio in Palantir, and that is their largest holding right now. So again, Renaissance typically holds a lot of stock, and holding between 1 and 2% in their absolute largest holdings just says something. And with actually Novo Nordisk turning up here at number, what is it, 3, 6, 9, about number 10 in the portfolio, shows that it used to be a very significant holding, but it keeps coming down. They have almost halved their position, so that is actually a kind of a big deal. What else are they holding or selling? Let's see their largest trades. Jim Simmons 13F portfolio. Their largest and the largest sells are Apple. He has sold all of it. Palantir, he has sold from 47 to 16. A lot of his Palantir as well, and he's completely out of Netflix, just about completely out of Nvidia, and almost out of TSMC as well. So if you think that these are smart moves, then maybe you also think that it's a smart move of him to be selling Novo Nordisk, and then in that case you should really take that into account. I only showed this as kind of educational, that this is how you could go about when screening for stocks and screening for reasons to buy or sell or investigate further. But I have already chosen, I've already screened for Novo Nordisk, and I found Novo Nordisk simply being one of the largest healthcare and drug manufacturer stocks around. So that's the alpha and omega. That's the start and end of it all in today's deep dive. So let's continue in the next video with the technical analysis and macro factors.